Copyright disclaimer, under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purpose such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statutes that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit, educational or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
I feel like I say this all the time because I'm a Monkees YouTuber, but to this day, it feels like the Monkees haven't really received their due. Now, of course, to many people, they were a manufactured band, and yes, they were in the beginning, but they did try their best to become their own band. But how many other artists or bands that were guided by management or record companies get a pass while the TV show Having Quartet gets lined? That's a word? Anyways, I always believe that the Monkees deserve more respect than they don't really get that much, considering how Davy Jones was a Broadway actor, Peter Tork made many good impacts on life. You know, he was a teacher for 3 years, he's very, he did all kinds of stuff, and Mike Nesmith made MTV, and Mickey has been in so many TV shows, and not so many movies. Now see, wasn't he in a Sharknado? Anyways, I'm here to tell you that this band can boast a catalog as strong as many others act who get a lot more respect. To prove it, I'm gonna show you the top 5 Monkees' biggest hit songs, and you're gonna listen to me talk about them. Valley Sunday also went to number 3, but Valerie gets the call on this list because it did, just better worldwide. Not to be confused with the Steve Winwood song Valerie, because that's a song spelled differently than the Valerie we know from many years down the road. This song was written and produced by, of course, Boyce and Hart, and the flamenco-style guitar was delivered by Louis Shelton or whatever, so yeah, you can kind of tell it's not Mike, but honestly, I think Louis Shelton hit it well. Anyways, it's a fun production with the grind of a fuzz bass playing off with the, sprightly horn section, while Davy Jones punches out some energetic lead vocals. This would be on the last top 10 hit single for the band. A Little Bit of You proved to be a major bone of contention between the group and musical supervisor Don Kirshner, who helped put the Monkees together in the first place. But I still fucking hate Don Kirshner no matter what. Anyways, A Little Bit of Me, A Little Bit of You is charming, if somewhat slight piece of Beatles-esque mid-tempo, composed by Neil Diamond, who also did I'm a Believer. The organ work by Art Butler is quite fine, and of course Davy Jones once again imbues the lyrics with some lived-in frustration, which this is the second song with Davy, by the way, singing that is good. But lucky for us, number 3 has Mickey. Boyce and Hart got a wind of a television series being in the works that would star 4 men in a Beatles-type band. They decided to write a song that was very Beatle-inspired to give the producers something to consider. And it worked, and we got A Last Train to Clarksville. It built on some guitar riffs that sounds very much like something the Fab Four might have produced, and it was chosen as the Monkees' first ever single. It's also telling that Mickey Dolenz sings lead in what sounds like a British accent for some reason, which he doesn't really sound British to me. What the fuck, AmericanSongwriter.com? What do you mean he sounds British? Huh?
7A.
What number is this, Chip?
7A.
Okay, don't get excited, man. It's because I'm short, I know.
I can't believe Daydream Believer is number 2 on this list, but hey, I'm gonna guess the number 1's probably I'm a Believer, but whatever. You might know the musician Jon Stewart as the guy who was in the Kingston Trio and later carved out a solid career as a country singer/songwriter, scoring the hit single Gold in 1979. But he also composed Daydream Believer, after feeling like he wasted an entire day in reverie. All 4 Monkees contributed to the track, as Michael Nesbitt played the lead guitar, and Peter Tork came up with the jaunty piano intro, that's him. And the chemistry within the vocals of like Davey and Michael really... That's Mike in the background? That sounds like Mickey. Am I tripping right now? I was right. I'm a Believer is number 1. Neil Diamond was building up his career as a solo act while still contributing songs to other artists. He struck it big by penning I'm a Believer, but only after the Monkees got a hold of it first. The arrangement is strikingly clever. Listen to the way Stan Free's locomotive whistle organ plays off the gritty guitars of Al Gorgoni and Sal Di Troia. It's at this point we should say, if you ever want to know about the brilliances of the session players known as the Wrecking Crew, the Monkees catalog is an amazing place to start. Mickey Dolenz' fiery lead vocal, all full of the joy and discovery and, all that stuff, it adds to the winning effect. Before I end the video off, I want to mention something. It's always bothered me about the Neil Diamond musical, as someone who's only seen it once, that the one thing they messed up about the Neil Diamond history, like his lore, is when Neil Diamond writes I'm a Believer. When he goes to the office to show I'm a Believer, it's like, I think 1966. It's gotta be, because that's when the Monkees show was gonna come out or whatever. It doesn't matter. What matters is the fact that in the office that Neil goes to, there's a desk. And this desk has magazines. But for some reason, there's a magazine of Davey. That magazine didn't come out until 1967. So what the fuck is up, the prop people at the Neil Diamond musical? No, what is up with that? You guys time travelers or something? You didn't have to add that in. You could have, like, hinted at it. I wish the Monkees were in this musical. But hey, what do I know?